ashes to school the masses. Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of the Scholars of Wrestling Show. I'm your man behind the mic, Scholar Jeff. To my left is Scholar Tarek. What's up, sir?
All is well. It was a very good day. I had nothing but hot dogs and beans. Now I'm all gassed up to talk about some wrestling.
Delightful.
Very!
And to my other left, Scholar Brian. What's up, sir?
Hi. Hello.
So I guess you had a good day too, huh?
It was there.
It was a day.
It was a day.
Well, I'll tell
Days
you,
happen.
Yeah, several good days, as a matter of fact, when you're me. But we'll get to that in a minute. But first, let's talk about what else is happening on the outskirts of the world of wrestling. Let's talk about a little bit of backstage news.
Indeed. What better way to start Scholars than peeking behind the curtain and checking in on a little...
Backstage news. Hey!
News!
Nibs. Noobs.
Noobs for news!
Okay, this is getting weird.
To all the noobs.
Okay, well, let's start things off with a little bit of good news. A release date for the Owen Hart DVD has just been released. It apparently comes out December 8th.
Very nice.
Of this year.
I actually just read this on Facebook, and I couldn't be any happier. I can't wait to watch this. It's going to be awesome. And depressing. Of course.
Yeah. But you know what? After all this time, so much reverence and a compilation of all his best matches and so much commentary from so many different people, I just can't wait to see how it's all finally going to come together.
It's gonna be great.
Especially now that Bret Hart is on good terms with WWE to actually talk about this. So, we get to hear from the man.
Oh, yeah. That should be excellent. And another point, not really a happening, it's not so much a news point, but more of a happening. Roddy Piper's funeral was this week.
Oh.
Hey, and guess what? Guess what I heard on the news today?
What did you hear on the news today?
China confronted Triple H at the funeral.
And that was the news.
And that was the news. Unless, of course, it didn't actually happen.
It's China. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Okay, so here's what's happening. As of today, August 13th, at the time of this recording, X-Pac is reporting on Twitter that apparently China went up, just really almost like quote-unquote bum-rushed Triple H, very quickly said, "I'm sorry for everything," and then security almost had to escort her out of the funeral. There have been conflicting reports about this, though, because apparently X-Pac was not in attendance at the funeral when China was. Dave Meltzer apparently was at the funeral, and he has a few different sources that says that they did not see any of this take place. So, at this point, we really don't know what happened personally. I'm leaning towards this really didn't happen, and X-Pac just heard what happened from a friend of a friend.
I hope that's true. Yeah. I really hope, because that would just be very sad at Piper's funeral. Come on.
That is not the time to bring up old hurts.
The past, yeah.
And the past. And if this is true, I didn't have any respect for China to begin with at this point because of everything that's been going on and what was said.
Yeah, we even made it clear on this show how we felt about China.
But after if this is true, done. Done. If this is true, you have no business doing anything except be a porn star. And I'm sorry.
I wouldn't go that far.
No,
I will. She's definitely not Hall of Fame material.
It shows me that my friend's mother says this. Okay, it shows me that China is too stupid to breathe the air that everybody else does. Okay, that's it.
Okay, that sure is a thing,
right? Because she's bringing up shit at a funeral. At a funeral, you couldn't wait till afterwards in the parking lot, maybe, or like off site of the funeral. You had to do it at the funeral. Yeah,
if it actually happened.
If it actually happened, she's too stupid to breathe the air that everybody else does. And I will stick by that saying.
Yeah, well, hopefully we get to find out the truth, so we can put our full force, especially this one, his full anger at a direction.
I don't think you could apply much more force than that.
Well, best way to put it, a controlled rage. Right now, Brian's rage is more out of control because he doesn't know what's the truth. It's just it's just vented anger at China. If this thing turns out to be true, now you actually have something to direct it at.
I hate even the notion that someone could start trouble at a funeral.
Agreed.
Funeral is sacred ground. Okay? Someone just died. You're there to celebrate the person's life and lay that person to rest. Okay? Sad. Think about the happy times. Don't bring up anything that has nothing to do with the person who is being laid to rest. If you start something at a funeral, you deserve whatever anyone says about you. And trust me, a lot of it is a lot worse than what I just said.
This I actually do believe, absolutely. But you know what? I'm sure time will tell actually what exactly went on at Roddy Piper's funeral. Roddy, we still miss you. Hopefully some good can come of this. Hopefully some peace can be made, no matter what actually ended up happening. But I'll tell you what, it wasn't all bad, because this week, like I was just telling the fool, this week is the last full week of the G1 Climax.
It's almost reaching its climax point.
It's almost gonna explode.
Honestly, I think it's already exploded.
Ew.
No, there's nothing ew about this, because really, this is when it gets good.
I bet.
I'll explain. I will explain.
Not in any crucial details, I hope.
Oh, I will go into extreme detail.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Yeah, but still, this past week, a lot of really fun things have been coming out. But before we get to the current scores as of today, there is one little detail that I do need to share with you all.
There's no more 0 points.
Well, actually, in a way, yeah.
Yay!
Because, you know that guy I mentioned who never wins?
Headbutt guy.
Headbutt guy?
That's what I'm going to call him. Just
Headbutts never win.
After years of no victories, he finally wins the big one.
Who do you beat?
He actually beat Tomohiro Ishii.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
And not only did it main event the show, I didn't find out about this until after the fact. These two have actually done a Meltzer-rated 5-star match together.
Real? Of this match?
Yeah, and this one was a solid 4. The last one that they did, just because of the drama and the build between Hanma just keep coming close and close and close every single time, but never quite winning. Now, he actually won. Kokeshi headbutt off the top rope. Boom. 1, 2, 3. Hanma wins. The crowd goes nuts. And especially for a Japanese crowd that's saying something.
That's like when the Brooklyn Brawler won that one match and the crowd went insane.
Yeah, imagine a version of the Brooklyn Brawler. The Brooklyn Brawler that can have 5-star matches. And that's what you get out of this guy. But wait.
Brooklyn Brawler.
There's more.
There is more. After the match, he apparently gave a speech, obviously in Japanese. And the voice on this guy, it's like he's a chain smoker who smoked like 3 packs a day since he was 6 years old. I was like, people were talking like, he sounds like Dr. Claw. Like, okay, where did this come from? Apparently, before he was ever in New Japan, he was doing like death matches with like light tubes and the whole shebang.
Oh,
apparently, he got his vocal cords crushed.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so he legit sounds like Dr. Claw.
I would say that's pretty cool, but also that kind of sucks at the same time.
Yeah, it's a very odd thing that sort of led to all of this, but still, it's super, super cool.
I'll get you next time, Gadget. Next time.
Yeah, imagine that, but imagine that's like the Japanese dub of Dr. Claw and Inspector Gadget. And that's pretty much what happened here.
That's funny. I actually think that's...
If you ever get the chance, I'm going to see if I can find a recording of the match. It's actually a really good match. It's a ton of fun.
Cool.
But anyway, enough of that. We are on to the current scoreboard.
Yay!
So let's take a look at the current scoreboard here. Now we know there's no mystery as far as Hanma's victory. In A block, we're looking at AJ Styles and Tanahashi with 12 points each in A block. Going down, we have Tetsuya Naito and Bad Luck Fale with 10 points each. Shibata, Togi Makabe, Kota Ibushi, and DVD... Oh, wait. I messed that up. Shibata and Makabe with 8 points each. Kota Ibushi and DVD Phil closing it out with 6 points. Doc Gallows and Hiroshi Tenzan with 4 points. That's A block.
Awesome.
B block, we've got Rainmaker Okada, my boy Nakamura. Actually, I did that again. Okada, 14 points, leading the pack the entire game right now. Nakamura and Anderson and Hiroki Goto, all with 12 points. Ishii, Michael Elgin, both with 8 points. Yujiro Takahashi, Satoshi Kojima.
Kojima!
Thank
Finally.
you.
Wake up. You need to let it simmer. And then it comes out all better.
Is that what you were doing?
Kojima!
Yes. Takahashi, that guy, and Yuji Nagata, all with 4 points. And then, of course, Mr. Kokeshi Headbutt himself, Hanma, with closing out with 2 points.
Finally getting on the board.
Yes. Now,
yay!
What this means for the rest of the G1 Climax. Apparently, there are only 3 more events left. And not everyone is going to be having a match. Which means that I believe only AJ Styles and Tanahashi in A block and Okada and Nakamura are actually going to be having matches before the finals day.
Huh.
Which means that the final 4 possible winners are going to be either AJ Styles and Tanahashi from A block, and either Okada or Nakamura from B block. And of course, since Okada's up by 1 victory, even if Nakamura wins, it's still going to go to a tie in B block.
Interesting.
So what does that mean for us? Well, on the final day of the G1 Climax, it's either going to be either AJ or Tanahashi versus either Okada, or if they end up tying it up, I'm guessing it'll probably be a triple threat.
Go Nakamura.
So either it'll be Nakamura and Okada versus either Styles or Tanahashi. It would be incredible if they actually did a triple threat between their 3 biggest stars, and Okada, Nakamura, and Tanahashi. I'm not sure if that's ever been done. At least I've never seen it. So yeah.
You mean with if Tanahashi wins? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
AKA the Japanese John Cena.
Interesting.
Yeah, I've actually never seen. Yeah, I haven't been watching New Japan for that much, but I've got to believe that these 3 must have had a match with each other at some point. Probably not in the recent past, but hey, if they end up building new stars, which I think they're really going to want to do, then maybe that's what they're going to want to do. Because really, just watching, because I watched a ton of matches this week, a lot of 5:30 in the morning wrestling and coffee mornings for me. For some reason, I just could not sleep very well, and it actually worked in my favor wrestling-wise. But yeah, for starters, I am a huge fan of Carl Anderson now. Because he has been putting on some legit matches. First off with actually Michael Elgin from Ring of Honor. These guys went like 20 minutes in a ridiculously good back and forth brawl.
Nice. Really,
really good. I really hope someone...
I always enjoy a good brawl.
Don't we all?
You always have the people looking for great technical wrestling, but when you get 2 guys together who can just brawl it out, that's the matches that I like.
Of course, it also isn't just a brawl. It's also a lot of power moves, a lot of
Well, I mean,
stalling
like
suplexes. Michael Elgin is actually really strong.
I enjoy the really great big man matches. Like the big men going at it, brawling, hitting power moves, doing the whole 9 yards. Technical wrestling isn't everything. Okay, that's what a lot of people don't get. Like, a lot of people just see a big guy and they're like, no, I don't like the big guy, that they're gonna be bad, they're gonna be slow. Not always. A brawl is just as good as a technical wrestling match.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. If executed
If
right.
executed correctly, and from what I'm understanding, from what you're saying, these guys are doing it right.
Yeah, imagine, I guess brawl was a bad word to use, at least in this particular instance. Imagine the kind of match two Cesaros would have. As far as just like power moves.
Nice.
Lots of that going on. Again, Michael Elgin made a believer out of me. Carl Anderson, I love this guy now. He's great. But, as with everything New Japan, there's more. A couple days later, our friend Carl Anderson has a match with his teammate in the Bullet Club, Yujiro Takahashi, which made for an interesting display. First off, everyone comes out together. All the Bullet Club music, everyone's just like, okay, well, let's do this. Then before the match even starts, they just sort of all chill around the ring and watch Mao get up there and dance for like 3 minutes.
Mao.
Yeah, everyone's just sort of like, pretty. So yeah, she's just sort of dancing, doing her thing. She's just sort of chilling with everybody. Everything is cool. Then they're just sort of, they're all teammates. Takahashi and Carl they're all teammates. They're all getting along. They're like, okay, we're going to have a match. Let's have a good old-fashioned fight. Let's do this. Too sweet. Boom. But then they start messing with each other. Carl Anderson starts hitting on Mao.
Oh,
He's
boy.
like, hey, Mao, how you doing? And, of course, he's also trying to appeal to the Japanese crowd while he's doing this.
Yeah.
So he's saying it in Japanese with a blatantly American accent. So it was like, Mao-chen, Genki desu ka? And it was like, and all of a sudden the crowd's like, oh, and of course, then they start brawling.
Yeah,
I could see this being like a biker gang just surrounding all the two members, just fighting each other.
We're
and
not
just drinking. They're just drinking beer, having a good time. It's like, yeah, kick his ass, yeah.
And that's pretty much all this was.
I don't want to
exactly
see
what
biker
this
gangs.
was.
I saw a biker gang with the Aces and Eights in TNA, and no more biker gangs.
Okay,
just
not a literal biker gang.
Gang in general. Gang in general is fine. You say biker gang, I think of Aces and Eights. Okay. That's not good.
This is gang in general.
Okay.
Better. But yeah, they start like wrestling each other normally.
It's bad enough you have Gallows.
And then you start fighting each other. And then you start like really getting dirty and scrapping like at each other. Takahashi is like biting Carl Anderson's hand. It's like, ow, get him off me, get him off me. Carl Anderson starts kicking him in the balls. It's like, oh. And of course the guys in the Bullet Club at ringside, they're like, oh, that's not right. And then they start doing like commentary at ringside. And you just start yelling stuff into the ring. Except for the Japanese crowd, that's probably just like, okay, just, the foreigners are just yelling at the ring, whatever. But to a native English speaker, it's like you're hearing like Bullet Club commentary over the match. It's almost like they're calling spots in advance.
That's funny.
Like they're just yelling at each other. Hey, does Yujiro have a neck problem? No, I don't think he's got a neck problem. Almost immediately after, Carl Anderson picks up Takahashi, and what's the name of that move that Finlay used to do, and then Sheamus did it, where he like picked up the guy behind him and then dropped him on his neck on the mat.
What is the name of that move?
Was it the White Noise?
White
White
Noise.
Noise or Celtic Cross or something like that?
No,
not the Razor's Edge equivalent. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
The White Noise is the backbreaker, right? I believe the White Noise is the Sheamus backbreaker.
I thought the White Noise is where he just has him lifted up, holds his head, and just slams him on his back.
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
That's
we'll call it the White Noise. Just Yeah.
Okay, so we know what we're talking about here.
Yes.
All right. Immediately after AJ asks, hey, does he have a neck problem? No, he doesn't have a neck problem. Like 2 seconds later, Carl Anderson sets him up for that. But instead of dropping him onto the mat, he drops him onto his knee. So it's like, boom. It's like backbreaker, but it's almost like a neck breaker, too. It looked like it killed. Oh, man.
You probably could.
Yeah. After it's strange.
You gotta nail that move perfect, or the dude you're hitting it with
is dead pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he didn't last much longer after that for being Mr. All Night Long, R-rated, whatever, Japanese guy. But yeah, Carl Anderson wins again. And unfortunately, I don't think he's got another match after this, so we really can't even compare. But still, Carl Anderson, real impressive showing after all this. They made a fan out of me. I want a Bullet Club shirt now. I don't care how hipster I might look wearing it, but you know what? I don't care. I want a Bullet Club shirt. If for no other reason than Carl Anderson.
Bullet Club. Do it. It's a great name and gang.
Oh yeah. But wait, we cannot stop our discussion.
Wait, there's more.
There is more, because we cannot have a discussion about New Japan without mentioning our friend DVD Phil.
DVD Phil.
He got a lot more points than I was thinking he was going to get.
Apparently,
you know what? I like it.
Apparently, he's not the jobber.
Not at all. Again, this is the cowardly heel done right, who actually does these cowardly heel things because they actually work. Like, for example, I believe just during the last show, speaking of Bullet Club, he is apparently a founding member of another faction, like not unlike the Bullet Club, called Chaos.
Nice.
Right?
I'm an agent of Chaos.
Yes, and so is apparently DVD Phil, Toru Yano. You know who is a co-founder of Chaos?
The Joker?
No. Nakamura.
Really?
Yeah, they're like, Nakamura is the captain and DVD Phil's the co-founder.
Uh-huh.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And apparently they're on.
Get in there, DVD Phil.
Yeah, so him and one of his other teammates, a guy named Yoshihashi, who pretty much has like a Goku gimmick. Like a Sun Wukong
Only Japan.
Gimmick. Yeah, it's Japan. During their last show, they had a tag match against two members of the Bullet Club, Bad Luck Fale and Tama Tonga, a.k.a. Meng's kid. So they're like, okay. At first glance, you would have an idea of who would win. Obviously, you know, the tough guys from the Bullet Club, they're going to run roughshod over DVD Phil and this jobber guy. A few minutes later, 1, 2, 3, rolls up Tama Tonga, DVD Phil wins again.
There you go.
Over two members of the Bullet Club. So it's like
DVD Phil's rise to stardom.
So yeah, it's like, haha, I'm laughing at the Bullet Club, and it's like, oh wait, I gotta get out of here, otherwise the Bullet Club's gonna kick my ass. Bye! And then, the show before this, he shows up on commentary.
Oh no.
And apparently, he has made another DVD with Chaos.
Ooh.
And you know how we of course, we got the DVD Phil nickname going for Toru Yano, but we've never seen what's actually on the DVDs. We saw what's on the new DVDs.
He gave us a sneak
and
peek.
Yes, he has. And oh boy, oh dear. Imagine this.
Oh no, I'm scared.
All the members of Team Chaos: Nakamura, DVD Phil. Who else? We've got Tomohiro Ishii, Yoshihashi, and actually Okada. The Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada, is actually part of Team Chaos.
Yeah.
All of these are having the DVD. All it is just them going on misadventures together, including reenacting a high school Japanese anime.
Oh boy.
So they're all in Japanese high school uniforms. Yes, it's every bit as strange as it sounds. Okada's just sort of showing up as like, oh geez, what the hell am I doing here? Nakamura's just like, okay, I can make this work, and he just does his typical Nakamura thing, like swag, whatever. Ishii tries to look like I'm not sure how much anime you've watched, but there's always like the high school kid who's like his shirt open, trying to act like a badass, like, oh, I'm the tough kid. That was him, but still, Ishii still had this look on his face, like, oh crap, please just kill me now. And apparently one of the bookers is also in Chaos. He was the requisite schoolgirl.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was like...
I need to see this immediately.
I have it somewhere. It's somewhere on YouTube. I'll show it to you later.
Nice.
So yeah, they're just walking around like, what the hell are we doing? And their entire class, quote unquote, is taught by DVD Phil. It is the most insane, even by Japanese standards, this is insane. It's just I know.
I was actually expecting something else, but mine was actually completely random. But that is just crazy.
What did you think it was going to be?
I thought it was going to be members of Chaos singing Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up.
Oh no, they're saying they're not singing Never Gonna Give You Up. They're going to be singing the Chaos Schoolgirl theme song.
What is that?
I don't know. It's all in Japanese. I don't know what the hell's going on, but still, it's...
That's a lyric of the song. I don't know what's going on.
They very well could be singing that right now. Okada's got a look on his face, like a permanent look on his face, like,
why am I here?
I'm the world champion. I deserve better than this.
I'm better than this.
Yeah, really.
He's the new Drew.
Yeah, Nakamura's just sort of like doing his own thing. Like, yeah, I could be going for a title, whatever. I'm here anyway. Like, I've done music videos with schoolgirls before. This is nothing. Let's do this. I can make this work.
And besides, I'm about to win the G1 Climax and get a title shot anyway, so screw it.
Yeah, exactly.
Why the hell not? That's it.
Okay.
The way the phrase that DVD Phil and Nakamura live their lives.
Why the hell not?
Still. So yeah, like I mentioned the Fool before, this was the last full week of the G1 Climax. By, I believe... thank you. By either... I believe Monday morning, East Coast time, we should have a winner of the G1 Climax.
Alrighty.
And then everyone will explode in joy.
Or misery, depending on the outcome. But hey.
It's Nakamura. Nakamura's gonna win.
I certainly hope so.
Nakamura's gonna... I predict that it will be Styles versus Nakamura in the finals.
Well, if Nakamura wins, it's a triple threat match.
Yeah.
Okay, then it's gonna be Styles versus Okada versus Nakamura. Nakamura pins Okada, and then Styles is the champion, right?
Actually, no. Okada's the champion.
Okada's the champion.
Yeah.
Okay, then Nakamura pins Styles, and then Nakamura faces Okada for the championship.
Of course, at this point, it doesn't even matter because in order to qualify for the finals anyway, Nakamura is going to be facing Okada.
Nakamura beats Okada.
Yeah, to tie it up on B block. So then it would be both of them versus the winner of A block.
Okay, Nakamura wins.
Yeah, I know, this is getting super complicated right now.
Stupid.
What's so stupid?
1-on-1. It's a tournament.
Oh, it'll
1-on-1. That's what I'm calling stupid. It's a tournament. 1-on-1. That's it.
But you know what? I'm going to make a bold prediction.
1-on-1, and the champion shouldn't be in it anyway.
I'm going to make a bold prediction. Before Wrestle Kingdom 10 actually shows up at the end of the year,
yeah,
Carl Anderson's going to win the world title.
Really? You think so?
Based on his performance this G1 Climax, I'm going to make that bold prediction. I think he deserves it.
But here's my take on this whole thing. If Okada is the champion, Okada's the champion, correct? You just told me that. Okay. He should not be in this tournament. If it's for a chance at his title, what? If he wins, he doesn't have to defend? At Wrestle Kingdom? At the biggest show of the year?
It doesn't mean that he's not going to have to defend his title. It just means that any of the other guys don't get an automatic title shot at him.
I still think it's stupid that he's even in the tournament.
Well, to be fair, he also didn't have the title when the tournament started.
Well, then Styles shouldn't have been in the tournament.
But he is.
Okay. So, in this case, in my honest opinion, NJPW is stupid.
Well, given the whole execution of this entire thing so far,
I don't like
minor things.
I don't like triple threat matches in the finals of a tournament. Finals of a tournament should be one-on-one.
I'll tell you what.
That's my deal.
Don't blame the booker. Blame Nakamura for getting his elbow hurt and having a forfeit to Michael Elgin in like the third match.
It's all your fault, Nakamura.
Yeah, you
it's
suck.
All your fault.
You suck, Nakamura.
Then they should have taken him out of the tournament.
No.
Yep.
No.
If he's that injured that he has to forfeit a match, he shouldn't be in the tournament.
He wasn't that injured. He finished the tournament.
If he couldn't wrestle a match, then he shouldn't be as close to the top as he is now. That's my idea. That's my thought.
Well, he could wrestle a match. It's like Cena getting
no triple threat matches at the end of tournaments. No.
I'll tell you what.
No.
I'll tell you what. Hey. We're going to watch this together, okay?
And the match is going to be amazing. There's no doubt about that.
And then we'll see how you feel about that.
The match is going to be amazing, but triple threat matches at the end of tournaments make no sense.
To be fair, I'm sure it wasn't the plan going forward. I'm certain of it.
Then they should have switched the plan to make sure that the finals is still one-on-one. That's my deal.
We don't even know if Nakamura is going to win to make it a triple threat match.
I can almost guarantee it.
Yeah, because if they released the entire match schedule way in advance, like as soon as the G1 Climax the schedule was announced like way in advance, all the matches, every single one of them. And Okada versus Nakamura was the very last match on the very last points day. Yeah. So I've got to believe that the original plan...
Got to believe that they were both supposed to have 14.
They were both supposed to go in there with 14 points. Nakamura goes on to the finals to face either Styles or Tanahashi. And then Babushka. There you go. Babushka, yeah. So yeah. Not the intended plan, but this, as far as I'm concerned, is just damage control to get Nakamura in there. Again, we'll get something together. We'll all watch the match together. It's going to be spectacular, and you come back at me next week and see what you think.
As I said, my problem is not going to be the quality of the match. I have no doubt with the participants involved that the match itself is going to be amazing, and I'm going to love it. My problem is with the idea that this is a tournament, okay, triple threat matches in the finals of a tournament makes no sense to me.
True, but
that's my deal.
It's also not a traditional tournament. It's going for points. It's not like single or double elimination.
It's not a bracket as a tournament.
I just don't believe in any kind of tournament setting, whether it's something like this or something like the King of the Ring. Yes, I'm pointing into the corner. You don't need the... But if in any kind of tournament setting, doesn't matter, Red Robin, which is what I would call this.
Round Robin?
Round Robin.
You said Red Robin.
Yum.
Is someone hungry?
Yes, actually.
Oh, okay.
But in any kind of tournament setting, it makes no sense to me when there's a triple threat match. That's the way I've lived since I started watching, and it's not going to change just because three of my favorites are going to go in and have an amazing match at the end of a tournament. It still sucks that there's a triple threat match at the end of a tournament.
Dagnabbit. Again, we'll watch it. We'll see what you think. We're all going to see how it ends up going down. So yeah, that's the New Japan report for this week. The G1 Climax. Almost done. Soon we can all go home.
Almost reached the climax.
But you know what? There's still the domestic product to look forward to. Because, let's face it, I'm guessing we all saw Raw this week?
We did.
Good.
At least I did. Did you see it, Brian?
Yep.
Did you see my boy Stephen Amell?
Yes, I did. And, most impressive celebrity appearance and beatdown I've seen yet.
Oh, yeah.
And that includes Hugh Jackman punching Dolph Ziggler in the face.
From what I've read, people were actually disappointed in the Steve Amell appearance.
Well,
How
those
so?
people are stupid.
Well, I'm just reading that people were just very they weren't as impressed with his appearance.
Are we talking about fans or
fans?
People? Well, fans can shut up.
Yeah, really, because
it got the point across.
Oh yeah, I agree. I thought it was very awesome. I'm just telling you what I've read, and I'm thinking the exact same thing. Like, what is wrong with you people? What were you expecting?
Haters are gonna hate. They're gonna find something to hate about every segment that they possibly can. And Stephen Amell's punches didn't look so great. He was elbowing the dude in the face.
Yeah, he was actually fighting. He wasn't like setting up anything like stage-wise like a wrestler typically does, because he's not a wrestler.
He tackled Stardust to the ground. First of all, that leap over the top rope
was pretty
that
badass,
was great.
yeah.
And then he ran and bulldozed Stardust to the ground and started laying into him with elbows. What, you expected him to do those crappy open hand punch slap things that everybody else does?
They were expecting him to pull the Diva slamming the head into the mat.
Yeah, no. elbows, and they did. Maybe he went a little too easy on the getting restrained. I will agree with that, but it's one of those like he beat the crap out of Stardust. What are you complaining about?
Yeah, really, because again, literally just finished the second season of Arrow. I just saw some training videos from Stephen Amell. This guy is like a legit athlete. He is a
hardcore WWE fan.
Yeah, for his training for Arrow, he does like parkour and all this crap. I'm guessing you both seen Arrow?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I've seen a few episodes, but I'm not fully caught up on it.
That crazy pull-up thing that he does, where he just sort of like jumps up to each individual rung and just starts doing those pull-ups.
Yeah.
That's actually him.
Oh yeah,
that's actually part of his workout. So to see him actually do all this stuff and he legit like hopped the ring and just like the dude's like super agile. So to see that's a disappointment. I mean, granted they didn't have too much time, but still, he's in great shape. He can pull off some basic moves if need be. I'm sure he will. I'm sure he'll be more than willing to do a bigger spot, like maybe a moonsault or something. I'm sure he can do that super easy. And the setup for the match,
actually,
right
it pretty much was perfect.
The exchange with Triple H. I mean, he delivered a legit convincing performance.
I liked it.
Yeah, it's like, you know what? I don't care what waivers I have to sign. Get whatever waivers you need to. I'm going to be fighting Stardust. I'm not a wrestler, but I'm still a man. Get me a waiver. I'll fight him at SummerSlam. Let's make it happen. Like,
and then they just throw in King Barrett.
Hey, I figured that it kind of had to be a tag match because again, he's not a wrestler. He's a great athlete, but he's not a wrestler.
Neville's there to do the bulk of the actual wrestling.
Yeah,
Amell's in there to beat the crap out of Stardust and maybe get his ass handed to him for a couple minutes from Wade Barrett.
Hey,
I did like the original idea of having The Miz be Stardust's partner over Wade Barrett.
And
that would have been
that was probably going to happen if the Triple Threat Intercontinental title match took place at Battleground.
Yep.
But it didn't, so they moved it back to SummerSlam and put Barrett in for him.
Right after he had a 2-minute squash match with Neville. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Again, it wasn't the quality of the match. It was a deliberate setup just to get Stardust and Stephen Amell just like facing off and setting up something.
It's kind of degrading for Stardust. I can't believe I have to say that with Wade Barrett, but yeah.
Hey, given this whole setup between this entire thing, it's obvious that both of these guys are having a ton of fun with the feud.
Oh, of course. We've met. This was one of the quick talk topics of our favorite feuds in WWE right now.
Oh yeah, and you know what? I'm liking it even more, especially since both these guys are jumping on Twitter. Because of course, you've heard what I've said about Arrow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. you've heard about, what I like, what I don't like, which characters I like. What does Stardust... Was he post, not even a day after Monday Night Raw? His next tweet includes the hashtag I hate Felicity Smoke.
There it is!
Heel turn, Stardust. Heel turn.
Heel turn for an already heel. Wait, what?
Wait, what?
An even bigger heel turn. He went from, screw you, Stardust! I can tolerate you in the ring. No, fuck off. That's it.
Yeah, meanwhile, Stephen Amell is still marking out like an 8-year-old on pixie sticks. So he's like, yay, I got to do this. And I'm like, awesome. Yeah. Yeah, it's just it's like a pure kind of joy. Even if the match is just sort of rudimentary, I don't care. I just you can tell there's a lot of people genuinely having fun with this, and that absolutely shines through into every aspect of this. It's to me that part is just fun, especially when a lot of people are doing all this fan art, a lot of this Stardust versus Arrow fan art. I'm going to see if I can pull up some on Twitter right now. Because Stardust has sort of gone crazy on the Twitter machines. Because apparently Stephen Amell has called for, okay, make a poster for this match. And people keep tweeting all this fan art of Stardust versus the Green Arrow. And some of it is actually pretty damn good.
I'm actually looking forward to seeing these pictures.
Yeah, I'm going to bring some up here. Okay, here's one of them. Because this one's done an old school comic cover.
That's cool.
Yeah, Stardust is a force field around him, like a metahuman. It's actually pretty crazy looking. A lot of people just applied filters over actual pictures of everyone in costume.
All of these look better than the actual graphic that the WWE has for the actual match. The graphic
I haven't seen the graphic of
the graphic of Stephen Amell is the most generic thing you have ever seen. It's him dressed in a suit, staring at the camera with the smile, with just a little smile on his face, and it's why? You can't even make him look hard or anything like that?
Well, hey, he's still in sort of actor mode. He's not going to look like a tough guy until he actually comes out with...
He's not going to look like the Green Arrow.
Because Stardust has been calling him out for months now. You should look more than the GQ model.
This is another good one I like.
Yeah, the fourth one on the first... If you're on Twitter, look up the first tweet that Stardust has featuring Stephen Amell versus Stardust art. It's the fourth one in the set. So red on black. It's it really pops. Everyone looks like superhuman now. It's so cool. Just again, it's just more of a grassroots thing, but I still love what all the parties involved have done with this. It's just so much fun. It's fun. That's all it is.
I like that they're actually doing this with Stardust and not just before when he first came back. Oh, not when he came back. Before the whole Dusty Rhodes passing, he was just time filler. Mm. He was just one of the guys and just one of those generic.
Misused.
Exactly. Yep.
But yeah, after all this fun, it really made me start to think. Of course, I'm probably just with the Raw guest host era, with a few notable exceptions. I think recently we sort of had celebrities in WWE seem to have left a bad taste in our mouth mostly. But after thinking about it, there's also been a lot of really good celebrity appearances too.
Bob Barker.
Yes, Bob Barker.
And I don't care. Era. I honestly don't care what anyone says. I liked the Muppets appearing on Raw.
Yeah, that was actually good.
I actually enjoyed that. I love Beaker and Sheamus.
Oh,
exactly.
That was a great exchange.
Yeah, that was great.
Even the whole exchange with Daniel Bryan and the goat, goat sniffs him. Cousin Daniel.
I don't remember that one.
You don't remember that one?
That one I actually don't remember.
Well, it was just like a quick 5-second exchange with a, it was just a Muppet goat. It wasn't an actual character.
Speaking, a little bit off topic, speaking of Muppets, did you hear that Miss Piggy and Kermit the Frog broke up?
Yeah, that's weird. I don't get that.
They've been together for over 40 years, and now they broke up. There goes another part of our childhood is gone.
Is Muppets One More Day? That's a bunch of crap.
Like the next movie's gonna come out, and they're not gonna be back together by the end of it.
They're doing the TV show.
Okay, they're not gonna get back together during the TV show. Come on.
Well, then they also threw in another pig.
Something that's just something to get the people to come in. For the Muppet TV show. They broke up. How are they gonna get back together? It's Kermit and Miss Piggy. Come on.
We'll see.
Anywho,
all right, back to more celebrity appearances. We talked about Hugh Jackman.
Yes, Hugh Jackman was a great one, especially when he actually legit knocked out
Ziggler. Yeah,
that was fantastic.
Too bad it did nothing for Zack Ryder.
Yeah, too bad. But then again, that's no one's fault. It's not even Zack Ryder's fault.
It's the writing team's fault.
Yeah, it's the writing team's fault.
And it's also
reasons unknown.
And it's also being part of John Cena's Kane feud, being the part of the John Cena Kane feud. Embrace the hate.
That was just so stupid.
Jesus.
But you know what? It goes back even farther than just the recent memory. Of course, we can't talk about celebrities in wrestling without WrestleMania 1. Mr. T and Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, of course.
Which is probably what they're going to be doing now. If Amell is as big of a fan as he is, I wouldn't be shocked if they do a similar setup like they do with Mr. T. Throw him in a tag match first, and then later on down the line, maybe another straight one-on-one match. Him and Stardust. Could it happen?
Maybe.
Now, what's his finishing move gonna be? Because Neville's got the red arrow.
Mm-hmm.
What is the Green Arrow's finishing move going to be?
I just see it as being a spear.
Honestly, no. You know what I think it's going to be?
What?
If you remember a couple times, again, I've only got the first couple seasons to go on, but I noticed a couple times there is a couple moments where the Green Arrow busted out a Hurricane Rana.
I could see him doing that, but not as a finishing maneuver?
Maybe with the pin to match?
Maybe.
It could be a Hurricane Rana or a Frankensteiner into a roll up, or it could be a transition for Neville to hit the red arrow and then Amell gets the pin. Or they could also do like a flipping armbar or something.
Armbar.
Yeah, because I gotta believe that. Again, we know how agile Amell is. If they walk him through the steps and they teach him how to do an armbar, or at the very least, we know for a fact that he can do a Frankensteiner, or a Hurricane Rana, whatever you want to call it. He can do that. It can be done.
It's gonna be a fun match.
Because really, if you think about it,
that's what I'm interested in.
What's he gonna do?
What is Stephen Amell gonna bust out? We've seen that he can tackle an elbow. Let's see what else he's got.
Well, let's look at the facts. Let's see what we've got before. At WrestleMania 1, we had Mr. T. What the heck did Mr. T do? It's been
basically punched.
And we know for a fact Amell can do more than that. Let's see, what else?
I expect some high-flying maneuvers based on the agility that we saw.
Okay, I got another one. How about Lawrence Taylor and Bam Bam Bigelow? What the heck did Lawrence Taylor do?
The shoulder block from hell?
Yeah, really. I guarantee you, it's guaranteed to be at least better than that. At least Amell is a fan.
Well, because you also have Neville, Stardust, and Wade Barrett in there. Okay, it's not Bam Bam Bigelow, Hulk Hogan.
Oh yeah, this is
rest in peace, Roddy Piper. These are three guys who are technical savants, if you will.
Taking this analogy even further, Jay Leno got into the ring in WCW before.
Why
Him and Dennis Rodman.
Drew Carey in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, well, Drew Carey didn't do anything.
He tried to offer Kane money. That's all he did. And just wave hello to everyone.
I also didn't see much of the match that Jay Leno, of all people, were in. It's been a while. Did he... If you remember that match, did he even do much?
I don't think so. I don't think he did much.
Honestly, I want to re-up the network again just so I can look up that match and find out what the heck happened.
It's getting closer. We're about to get a Robbie Rage return to the network.
Oh, I've already told myself I'm going to be definitely going to be re-upping for the next NXT takeover or whatever that is. Brooklyn. Yeah, because honestly, we're probably going to end up covering it next week, but
of course.
That entire show is just looking so stacked.
And
so stacked.
It's nice. It's nice.
Oh yeah.
This has been a pretty good summer.
Oh yeah.
Pretty good summer.
Spectacular. But again, back to the topic of wrestling celebrities. Are there any other really major ones that you really liked or really stuck out to you that just for whatever reason it just worked and was enjoyable?
Pee Wee Herman.
Pee Wee Herman was a ton of fun.
He wasn't in a match, but he had a great promo with The Miz and Alex Riley.
Oh, yeah.
I already stated mine, the whole Bob Barker Price is Right.
Taking out Chavo.
Making Chris Jericho look like a fool. And taking out Chavo. And the entire night was just fantastic. And it was until Amell... I can completely, with 100% clarity, say that was the best celebrity appearance that the WWE had ever had, in the celebrity host era. Okay, it was Bob Barker.
The celebrity host era? Yeah, absolutely.
It was Bob Barker. But Stephen Amell, this is good stuff. And I can't say anything about the celebrity guests that they've had this year. And because they're there for 30-second segments and jokes and it means nothing and blah.
One name I'm really sad to say fits in with what you just described, Betty White.
Yeah.
She did have fun, but it was just kind of a waste of time.
That was the Outlaws joke, right? When they had the X-Lax or
something like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was stupid.
She came out at the top of the show, was like, I'm here to kick some ass. Like, yay.
Oh, really?
90-year-old woman kicking ass.
And she does
thank you for
nothing.
being a friend. Not so much.
And give two former tag team champions laxatives.
What you gonna do?
Apparently, give guys laxatives.
Another one I remember. Do you remember when Steve-O didn't sell for anybody and he got his ass kicked by Umaga?
And he was laughing. Yeah, I remember that. He was laughing even though he wasn't supposed to sell, getting his ass kicked by Umaga.
Oh, that was so bad. And he actually started getting beat up by Umaga. But still, speaking of getting beat up, there's one name that I'm surprised you didn't mention yet, fool. Pete Rose.
I love the chicken.
What?
When he got tombstoned in the chicken outfit.
I like that Pete Rose is a continuous running gag, even to the point where he was in a commercial with Kane for Bad Blood.
I believe so. Yeah.
When all the trick or treaters were coming in as wrestlers and Pete Rose wasn't giving them anything, and then the last one, Hot Pete. And it ends with Kane choke slamming him.
So glorious.
Kane and Pete Rose, the never-ending story.
Someone who actually deserves to be in the celebrity wing of the Hall of Fame.
Isn't he?
He is, yeah. He's one of the first entries.
I was going to say, isn't he?
The one who actually belongs there.
Yes.
So, is there someone who doesn't?
Drew Carey. He only did one thing.
You know what? I'll give you that one. I'll give you that.
I think at least Arnold Schwarzenegger showed up to more than one event.
Oh yeah, he showed up to like at least.
I'll say this: Pete Rose is the one who earned his spot through actually taking moves.
Pete Rose earned it, and so did Mr. T. To be fair,
yes, Mr. T earned it. Arnold earned it.
2 straight WrestleMania.
Hell, Hugh Jackman has eventually earned it. Yeah.
if he comes in and takes some punishment, sure, I'll say that.
Stephen Amell's earning it right now.
He's earning it.
Hugh Jackman punched out Dolph Ziggler. If that's the best you got, I ain't putting you in my celebrity wing.
And then he came back again and made peace with Dolph Ziggler. And let's see, what did he do in that second appearance?
I know what he did.
What did he do?
He had that whole exchange with Damien Sandow.
Oh yeah,
I am Magneto.
I am Magneto, and he took out.
Behold the power of magnetism.
That's it for Hugh Jackman's in.
Yeah,
he's in.
Okay. Involvement with Damien Sandow, instant win.
I've convinced you. I've convinced you.
There you go.
Bob Barker. I don't care if it's only one appearance. It's Bob Barker.
Yeah. It was so good. It was worth it. Boom. The end. So yeah, any other celebrity appearances that I'm missing?
That actually are worth talking about?
Oh, I got one. Even though
remember when Chris Jericho was just lambasting every celebrity that came in for that summer he was with the Big Show? Like, he tried to get in Shaq's face.
Yeah.
And Shaq just like, no.
I'm not getting involved, man.
Yeah.
No, like,
hasn't Snoop Dogg also just showed up like a million different times?
He was part of the WrestleMania, the Divas match that one year on 18.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, not 18. The one where Ric Flair retired.
Yeah, whatever that is. I don't even remember.
I think it was 24.
I don't know.
But of course, we cannot forget about the biggest celebrity of all, Fred Durst, showing up with Limp Bizkit year after year after year, until he showed up at SummerSlam one year, flipped off into the camera in a PG era, and they got banned forever.
Yeah, that wasn't their smartest.
Yeah, no. But it was memorable. And let's face it, back in the day, rolling, what? That was sick. Same thing with, especially My Way at X7.
Mm.
The theme song for X7, that was like the last good thing that they did.
I agree.
At least halfway presentable one. I don't know. If there's any Limp Bizkit fans listening to this show, then yeah, feel free to argue with me. I don't care. But yeah, celebrities in wrestling. Had some misses, but you know what? Also had tons of good appearances too.
Tons of hits. Tons of falling on their ass after horrible swings. Misses.
So before we take it home...
Summerfest. All I need to say.
Who even was that?
Jeremy Piven.
Just let's not talk about that.
Entourage.
Let's
Ari Gold. Summerfest.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I do not watch Entourage, so whatever.
He's great in that show. Just stop it. Just stop putting him in the ring.
Stay in that show.
Yeah. Stay there. Don't come back, please.
So in the meantime, before we close out, Fool, I believe you got another edition of Scholar's Quick Talk for us.
Indeed I do have some nice little discussions for us to talk about.
Fire away.
All right.
Rapid fire. Let's go.
Byron Saxton should remain on the Raw commentating team.
I'm going to say yes because he's not doing anything outrageously horrible right now.
Yeah, I say yes because he's keeping up.
He's a lot better commentator than Booker T.
Yeah, he's keeping up. He's not. Trust me, commentary is bad in total right now. And Byron Saxton is not the problem.
I can see him being the new Michael Cole. What I mean by that is
the new face, the new
younger guy face that the heels can pick on or whatever.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. That's him.
Okay, next, there will be a heel/face turn at SummerSlam.
You know what? I think that's more likely than not, just because of some of the weird rumors I've been hearing around. We'll get into it when we do our prediction show, but yes, short answer, yes, I can see that happening.
SummerSlam is a hotbed for turns, always has been. So I would not be surprised at all to see some kind of turn at the pay-per-view.
Okay. Speaking of NXT TakeOver, NXT TakeOver Brooklyn will draw more network views than SummerSlam.
No.
Honestly, I'm going to say no. However, given how absolutely loaded the card is, I would not be shocked if they get a whole lot of draws, new buys, new subscriptions, re-ups, aka me.
Here's my thing, okay? If it was any other show other than the second biggest pay-per-view that the WWE has,
third. Royal Rumble?
I still think
No, they
Royal
actually
Rumble's
are.
the third.
They actually are pushing for SummerSlam to be the number 2.
All right, well,
Royal Rumble's the third.
Not there yet in my eyes, but I'm waiting to be proven wrong.
It's one of the big four, okay?
Yes.
An NXT TakeOver show is not going to be one of the big four. One of the, Battleground,
Oh, no.
Hell in a Cell,
I'm not saying-
Elimination... Hell in a Cell, Elimination Chamber, just going with the question.
I know. Yeah.
Hell in a Cell, Elimination Chamber, it's more likely that a TakeOver show will win in the views. Okay, but SummerSlam?
Oh, no.
No.
I'm not
happening.
saying it's going to beat it. I'm saying it's going to come a lot closer than I think a lot of us are going to think.
Okay. Cesaro is on a hot run recently to my enjoyment. Cesaro will win a title before the end of 2015.
A title?
A title.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
A singles title,
a
specifically.
singles title before the
Yes.
end of 2015. You know what? Given what
I can see him
Tyson
winning a
Kidd.
secondary title, yes.
Given what the level of performance that he's been putting on, he's been closing out SmackDowns, coming close to closing out Raws too. Given the apparent upgrade, for lack of more precise terms, in Tyson Kidd's absence, yeah, I'd say that's a pretty safe bet to make, if I were a betting man.
And the last one for tonight. Will we ever see Damian Sandow on Raw or SmackDown again?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
He still has that awesome new theme music, which they need to get some mileage out of. And you know what? People seem to still be responding well to him. If you've been seeing him on Xavier Woods' game show, a video game show, Up, Up, Down, Down, he's actually been showing up with a rapper gimmick.
Oh, God.
Like, he's just been showing up and just watching people play video games and just start freestyling with them.
But will we, when... is there an estimated time you think that you both will think he will show up again?
Soon.
How soon?
When will then be now? Soon.
How soon?
I'll go after SummerSlam.
You know what? That's safe enough. That should give him more than enough time to repackage him, come up with a good use for him.
Especially now since Axelmania's gone, they're most likely going to drop the Macho Mandow. Because really, what would be the point of him staying as Macho Mandow?
Not really much point at all.
And I do want to hear his theme song on TV. His new one, because I love his new theme song. I love it.
Yeah. Hopefully, we'll see it after SummerSlam, like we're all predicting.
I felt like that was a good one to end.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
For the show.
Nice and hopeful and optimistic. But you know what? At this point, we also want to know what you think. Yes, you, the person listening. So, of course, to inform us of what you think, you can get in touch with us through all the usual methods. Leave a comment on this video. Like this video if you like what you hear. Subscribe if you want to hear more. Cough into the microphone. You can also like our Facebook page at the Scholars of Wrestling Show. You can also follow us on Twitter at ScholarsOW to get up to date with all the latest episodes, bring right to you. And of course, you can follow us all on Twitter. I am at I'm Robbie Rage, no apostrophe. Fool.
I am at the Avataric.
And Brian
at Atomic Beanpole.
Yes. Link should be in the description. Follow us all. Get free wrestling commentary. I usually end up live tweeting most of Monday Night Raw and usually all of the pay-per-views or major shows. It's a good time. Follow us all. Like us. Follow us. And join the conversation. So I believe that closes us out for another edition of the Scholars of Wrestling Show. Of course, by now, you already know who we are. We are the Scholars of Wrestling, and you have just been schooled.
You're welcome.
Let's go finish watching that crazy New Japan skit.
Oh,
Yay!
God.